What's up guys? Welcome back. This is Maximize. Hello. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be house sitting for my mom and babysitting her cat. So I'm going to be filming from here for a minute. But today, I wanted to go over a plant that I myself recently just got and added into my collection. It's a plant that I've never had myself, but I've been learning the best care tips. I have a friend who has like 3 monstrous versions of this plant that she's been growing in her own house. So it's the Aloe Vera plant. Now there are like a bajillion different kinds of aloe, but the Aloe Vera is its own thing, okay? It's its own separate thing. It helps with sunburn for people that burn easily, like my pale self. I burn a lot and aggressively, especially lately. It is 100 degrees outside right now, so I went for a hike this morning and I made sure to like douse my whole body in sunscreen, even the stuff covered by clothes, because I'm not even kidding you, even when I wear clothes, I still can burn through the clothes. So it's like, it's next level pale, you know? Just, why do I go outside? I don't know. I shouldn't. This is the Aloe Vera plant, and I just quickly wanted to go over the best approach for how to take care of it indoors or outdoors, you know, either or. It's really a top-notch plant, and it's not like other succulents. It's more flexible, I would say, than other succulents, but very similar in other ways. So let's get into it. So this is my mom's aloe vera plant, and she keeps it in indirect light in her bathroom with another aloe vera she has. She has like 5,000 different aloes throughout her whole yard. Some of them are massive, some of them are tiny, some of them just are different looking. I don't know. And it's a type of aloe that you can keep inside pretty easily. As long as you have some bright indirect light to give it, it'll be very happy. So the first key thing for an aloe vera is keeping it in cactus mix that is very heavily like sandy, rocky, like just very fast draining soil. That is essential. If you're trying to put this bad boy in pure potting mix, she's gonna die. So you wanna make sure that it's cactus mix, very fast draining, like the second you pour water in, water's coming out of the bottom. You need to have a drainage hole, because if you don't let the water drain out, all of it, she's gonna rot and she's gonna hold too much water in her leaves and she will die. And when you have an aloe vera inside, you have to water it a lot less, like every 2 to 4 weeks, up to a month, even in the summer. So you really wanna make sure that she's drying out completely before you water again. Okay, and you can use any kind of water you want. Like there's no special kind of water you need to use, just give her whatever you can. And this plant really doesn't require fertilizer. It's just one of those, you know, tougher succulent type plants. Yeah. So the thing about this plant that's really interesting is you would think it needs a lot of direct sun, like right up on the south facing window or west facing window, but it really doesn't. It can be a few feet back from the window and be just fine. You just have to make sure the further away it is from the window, the less you water it, because overwatering is just #1, you know, killer for this plant. So you want to make sure you check the soil very thoroughly before watering if it is in fact further from the window. But if it's right up on the window, you want to be very careful because these can get sunburn. It doesn't like very hot, intense light directly hitting it. It likes the indirect. So put a curtain between it and the sun if you can, because you don't want to burn it. It just looks sad when it's all burned. It just looks sad. Okay, I've seen it myself, and you just feel depressed looking at it. Do you want to be depressed? So this plant is happy indoors all the time. Just make sure, you know, in the winter months, you either move it closer to the window. Summer months, you can move it a little further. You always want to make sure to rotate so it's not leaning in one direction, because that happens all the time with houseplants. You gotta rotate. I'm bad about it too, but you gotta rotate basically every week, ideally, but at least every month or so, you wanna rotate. No leaning plants, not in my house. Another cool thing about aloe vera is they're super easy to propagate because they do it themselves. You don't have to do anything. They just produce pups. That's what they're called, puppies, pups. And it springs off of the mother plant. So this one right here is the mother plant, and this one here is her baby child. Essentially, they just pop out. They just pop out of the soil, and that's it. The next time we repot this mother plant, which will probably be a long time from now, but whenever that is, we would probably separate them, and that's the best way to do it. You don't want to just cut it from right here, you know, from the soil. You don't want to just cut it right there because it'll die. It already has established roots off of the mother plant, so you can gently separate them once you take them both out of the pot. That way it already has its own root system built in, and it's super easy from there to just put it in its own pot. So you can definitely just separate them, and it's just a no-brainer, super easy. And I know it might be nerve-wracking to be like ripping them apart, a mother and child, but when I said it out loud, that sounds really sad. But, you know, you just gently tear them apart and the baby will have its own root system. It'll have its own independent life source, you know, and that's ideal for any mother, right? You don't want to always have your child right there all the time. Anyway, guys, that is the aloe vera. I highly recommend it. I actually really like it. It's just kind of an easy plant that you don't really have to worry about. It's a plant you don't have to repot all the time. It's a plant that's happy in indirect light, and you don't have to water it hardly at all. You can forget about it for a long time and it'll be fine. So if you're one of those people that's bad about watering plants, this might be the one for you if you have a bright indirect exposure to donate to a plant. And outside, if you want to move it outside for the summer months, just make sure that you put it in shade. It doesn't like the bright, hot, all-day exposure like a lot of other succulents might. It doesn't like that. It'll burn. It'll get really sunburned. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like, please comment, and let me know what you want to see. Please turn on that notification bell so you know every time I post, okay? Maybe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!